I'm going to stand. There's so many of you here tonight. I'm Macker, and I'm so proud and excited to be here as your trustee candidate for Santa Barbara City College. You know, I went to Santa Barbara City College in 1975, and here 35 years later, 2 of my teenagers are currently enrolled. And I was also a parent at a parent-child workshop in the early 90s at San Marcos Parent-Child Workshop. I have the qualifications and skills that are needed on the board right now. In a time of economic crisis like it is, I believe the board needs someone with a solid accounting background and someone who has many years of experience in looking at budgets and managing budgets through difficult times. I have a degree in business economics. I got a CPA license in 1985. That license has been inactive for a lot of years because my true passion is working with nonprofit organizations. So for the last 25 years, I've worked in nonprofit financial and general administration all throughout the town, a bunch of different nonprofits. I've also served on nonprofit boards, and since 2004 have been treasurer of the Alpha Resource Center. When I look at the current makeup of the board, it seems like they have a void in my area of expertise. When I see things that are posted on the website and numbers they've quoted in the newspapers, and when I listen to them talk, it seems like they could use more understanding of financial information. You know, it's been said that I'm part of a special interest group, and I'm not, but I do have a special interest that each of you, members of the public, the faculty, and the students, have all the accurate financial information at hand. And also that you know that you have a board of trustees at Santa Barbara City College that really cares and knows what the budget's about and knows the implications of their budget decisions on your lives. And I'd love to have your vote, and thank you for coming out tonight.
Thank you. Sally Green, Area 1, would be next. It hasn't arrived. Yes, Joe?
Sally's husband died 2 years ago, and this is a bereavement time for her and her family, and she felt it was important to do that. So that's why she's not here.
Okay, thanks for explaining that to us. Then we'll move on to Trustee Area 1, Peter Haslund.
I think I'll stand up too, because sitting down for 2 hours is... You should feel free to do the same. My name is Peter Haslund. I'm a retired professor of political science and global studies. I retired from Santa Barbara City College after 40 years on the faculty. During that time, I learned a thing or two about teaching, about learning, about administration. I worked with 6 college presidents when I was there. Leaving was hard. I mean, I loved my job, and I loved the college. I loved the mission of the college. I love being able to start each week and working with students and messing around with their gray matter and encouraging them to learn something. I also served as president of the Academic Senate. I learned a good deal about collaborative decision making, and that's one of my concerns for this particular board. I became concerned about a number of their decisions reached during the past 2 years that didn't demonstrate that kind of sensitivity to the general public, and as such, we managed to lose a good deal of goodwill within the community. Anyway, I'd love to have your vote, love to have your support, and I look forward to working on the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Peter. Trustee Area 3, Joe Dobbs.
My name is Joe Dobbs. I'm president of the Board of Trustees. One of the things I'm going to say before we start is I'm a Rotarian. Many of you, I hope you know what that is, but there's a rule or a law that we go by, and that is permeated in my life. First thing is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? That's where I am. Why do I want to continue to serve this board? I have a love and a passion for Santa Barbara City College. And I feel I make a difference. Otherwise, I would not be able to take the time, this demand that I do as a trustee. I know the college. I have institutional memory. That's real important. I've been actively involved in the community for the last 47 years. I've served as president of many organizations in this community. The board is dedicated to student success. Student success. I do not serve this board for a single purpose or for personal issues, but promoting the public good. Thank you.
Marty, Blum.
Thank you. I think I will stand up. You know me as your mayor, Marty Blum, and before that I was on the city council, and before that I was on the planning commission. And right before that I was chairman of the Oaks Parent-Child Workshop. I come out of the Parent-Child Workshops with a great love for that mode. But City College has a national reputation. It's a wonderful reputation. It's a great community college, and in the past couple of years, though, I've been noticing some very bad decision-making and a lack of oversight by the trustees. The first time I noticed it was in May when I went to the advisory board for the adult education, and we heard about cuts, and believe me, I understand there are cuts from Sacramento and from everywhere else. We're having a real hard time. But it was the way it was handled that really threw me. A friend of mine stood up and said, we can raise money. You know, we're in Santa Barbara. We can raise money for this cause. And she was told, no, we can't do that. It's illegal. Something about it being illegal. And then the other thing she was told was we would have to hire some bookkeepers if we did that. And none of this made any sense to me. And since then, I've been asking questions and hearing more and more things that just don't make sense. They're coming down on top of the Center for Sustainability, taking money away from that. And you and I know that sustainability in this community is very, very, very important. And we just had Obama today say he's going to put solar panels on the White House. And we just had Mrs. Biden say that community colleges are very important. Can we put those two things together and really act very good on the South Coast here? So that's why I'm running. I hope you vote for me, and it'll be interesting to see what everybody else says.
Des O'Neill, if you want my personal details, they're over there on the table. I'm going to talk about the college, because this is, after all, why we're here. City College is an excellent institution. It's top-ranked nationally and statewide. Our accreditation report, which was issued in January, covering the last 6 years, was superlative. And among the other things that accreditation report had was commendations for the board, for collegiality, for its concern with student success, for its ability to manage finances and money. None of those things have changed. I have a copy of the accreditation report, incidentally, if anybody wants to verify that. As Joe remarked, we are focused on student success, achievement, transfer, and completion. Those are the things that we consider important, and indeed, which the state considers important, because we're under state mandate to emphasize those things. We have a superb faculty and staff. We're innovative. We have all sorts of programs that are way ahead of any comparable community college, and I can give you an enumeration of those. We've got a flourishing continuing education division. All classes are being offered this semester. 85% of them are still free, and enrollment in continuing education is ahead of last year's. Budget, we are the most solvent community college in California. Many community colleges are borrowing right now just to keep the doors open. We have carefully put up reserves so that we can run for a semester without state money, and we are presently without receiving state money. I don't know if any of you have had a chance to look at these sculptures. Here is one of Arnold Schwarzenegger wearing a t-shirt that says, "The budget crisis is bigger than I am."
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Marsha Croninger. I'm an environmental attorney. I've been practicing for over 30 years. I'm retired now, and I retired to Santa Barbara, a wonderful community. When I began practice, I started work with the state of California. I spent 11 years there in environmental representation of the state, regulatory enforcement. I'm familiar with complex regulatory programs and their enforcement, and comfortable with the way that Sacramento works. I also worked on writing legislation and negotiating legislation in the legislature in Sacramento. When I came to Santa Barbara, I got involved with Santa Barbara City College, and this last February, I've been here in Santa Barbara about 10 years, this last February, I became concerned about some of the decisions that I saw at the college. I went to every Board of Trustees meeting since then, all the College Planning Council meetings, Continuing Ed Council meetings, and Citizens Advisory Council meetings. And what I saw was a system that lacked shared governance, a very important process that leads to the right decisions. I also saw a lack of transparency on the facts, and that is essential for good decisions, and a lack of, frankly, respect for the community when it came to speak before the board. And I was concerned about these things. I didn't plan to run. I've never run for office, but it was too important not to get involved and step up to this race. Thank you.
Thank you all for your opening statements, and now we'll move to the